gon' burn it down. Burn it down. We gon' burn it down. Burn it down. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit.
It's murder. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
I killed it. I killed it.
All right, what's up, everyone? Good evening. This is Tuesday night here at Best Bet Live. Cash games bringing for you 2-5 Nolan Hold'em Deep with a $200 minimum buy-in and a $1,500 max. Again, everybody, welcome here to our live stream here at Best Bet Live. All right, coming at you on the first hand. I'll introduce our players here after this hand is over. But I want to thank everybody here for joining us here on Best Bet Live here on Twitch, Facebook, and on YouTube. All right, we got first hand raised to 20 from Ben in the 3 seats. He's got the current mystery hand flop ace-10 jack with 2 hearts. All right, see bet from Ben. He's going to make it 40 to go. And Brian has flopped the straight. He's going to look him up. Just a smooth call. River card, ace of hearts now. Both players might slow down here with that second ace. Check, check. Here's our river. King of diamonds. Just like Brian had king 10, so he's going to go ahead and bet it out again. This 10 is currently counterfeited. And sorry, Brian in the 2C. So it's Ben flopped the straight, my bad. All right, guys, the sound should be better. Had an extra setting in there that I didn't need. All right, guys, introducing our players from the 1 through 9 seed and their relative buy-ins. So again, the min buy-in for this game was 200 with a maximum of 15. A couple players elected to do the max buy. Not really any small stacks out there. At least $1,000 buy-in for each player. So this game is already pretty deep. All right, we got Ricky with a raise to $25, the 6-4 clubs. Ricky's a bit of an action player. He does like to mix it up. So Ricky under the gun +3 with a raise to 25, and Ben back-to-back hands. He's going to wake up with ace, king of spades. Here comes a 3-bet to 100. And Ricky has made the call. Heads up now. Flop 4, deuce, deuce. Ricky does outflop Ben. Ben with the C-bet to 70. Ricky smooth calling, trying to fade ace or king. Jack of diamonds on the turn. Ben checks here. He's probably pretty much giving up the pot at this point. He's going to leave. It's like he's not going to give up. He's going to barrel again to 135. And Ricky's going to go ahead and muck in the second pot. Back-to-back pots actually going to Ben. All right, guys, we're closing out the month of July, heading into August. A lot of things happening here at Best Bet Jacks. The Summit Warm-Up Series is going to start here in about 2 weeks with an opening event of a $360 buy-in with a $100,000 guaranteed prize pool. That will kick off the Summer Warm-Up Series. About 11 preliminary events during that series, from buy-ins ranging from $150 to all the way to $570 of the main event. Main event for the Summer Warm-Up Series would be a $570 buy-in, 3 day ones. We'll finish it out on day 2 on Sunday. Buy-in for that main event is going to be a $570 buy-in with a $200,000 guaranteed prize pool. Likely to crush that guarantee. I think first place last year made about a little over $80,000. All right, four-handed now with a king, queen, jack flop. We got Russ with 2 pair. We got Robert with queen 10, middle pair, open-ended, and Chuck with the better 2 pair. Deuce of hearts on the turn. Probably gonna slow everybody down here. Nobody with a heart. River card. Trey hearts. So this is pretty much going to shut down all the action unless somebody wants to take a stab at it. But it looks like it's all going to get checked down, and Chuck is going to win this hand with king jack, 2 pair.
It's easy to win when you get good runouts like that, right, Chuck?
Yeah.
Also, guys, remember, check us out tomorrow. Come by Best Bet. You want to play our $110 buy-in 1010 XL main event. That will start at 6 o'clock. We're going to be live on location with the Best Bet Poker Show with Allie McNeil and the gang. Also live streamed here at Best Bet Jacksonville during the 1010 XL main event. Again, $110 buy-in, a couple bounties in the field, about 5 to 6. Knock them out. Just free roll the event for $110. We will live stream that event from feature to final table. So if you haven't been on our live stream table before, that'll be your shot to get on it. We will feature that feature table here at Best Bet Live after registration closes for that event, which will be at about 8:10. And that event is pretty big. We usually draw a field from 150 to 200 players. So pretty good tournament. We'll be doing a couple of giveaways on the show as well. We'll be giving some Best Bet merch and a signed Mike Sexton book. All right, heads up action. Robert with a 3-bet. Pocket queen is going to take this one down. Also, guys, I am reminded that we are going to be giving away something extra during the 1010 XL Meet event. So we are going to be giving away for first and second place, I believe, a $350 buy-in into the 1010 XL Main Event Championship during the World Poker Tour Series in October. So a couple of extra added bonuses. Put a couple players into a World Poker Tour event during that series, and again, I think first and second place will go ahead and get a seat into that. So another reason to play our 1010 XL Meet event tomorrow. Free roll yourself into another event during the World Poker Tour. Jacob, the jackpot was hit quite a few times in the last few weeks because we did cap the bad beat to $30,000, and also the qualifier is lowered to quad 8, so I believe it was hit about 2 weeks ago at about 43,000. And now our bad beats are going to be capped both on Texas Hold'em Stud and Omaha, and look forward to a lot more high hands being given out. So a lot more money is going to be shared, a lot more money is going to be spread around for bigger and better high hands for you all. So check out our new promotions page, also our tournament page on our Best Bet website.
Dealer change, yeah.
Players are discussing a bomb pot and every dealer change to kind of open up the action here.
Everybody go with 10? With 10 or?
No. It's got to be like 15 or 20.
15?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Gonna make a bomb pot, gotta make it juicy. I like for $25 bomb pots. Be a cool $225 for anybody winning that pot. Maybe even getting action on it.
Ricky, will you settle for 20 or is that not enough?
We're playing 2, 5, 10. I mean, it's small.
Make it 100, right?
Well, no, we ain't gotta do that. Take 25.
All right, three-way action now. We got Ricky with Queen, Jack, top pair. Turn card's a little slow to come out on the graphics. 10 of hearts on the turn. Interesting card now. Ben in the 3-seat has turned the straight. So there's a bet from Ricky to $50, now raised to $200.
Wherever everybody can agree on.
Brian is open-ended as well. Ricky open-ended as well. I think Brian's gonna get I think Ben is gonna get a lot of action here. At least from Ricky. He doesn't want to see an ace. Queen of hearts on the turn now, Ben. Catching some hands in the last few hands now. First hand he flopped the straight. Second hand he bluffed out Ricky with ace king of spades. Now turning another straight against Ricky. Ricky has 2 pair. Bet 225. Board is kind of straightened out. A little tough to fold top 2 in this spot, but Ricky is going to give it up.
Chase, adding on 200.
Also, guys, this dropped is our August Best Bet live stream schedule. Come check out the link, check out the dates of the live stream. So if there's any games that you would want to play in, let me know. You can email me at johnnyp@bestbetjacks.com. Let me know which live stream you want to play on. I'll definitely try to get you on. This list does fill up quite fast, so if you see something you like, make sure to email me quick so I can get you on that list. Make sure to click the PDF link on our promotions and tournament calendars to get the updated August version. I think currently only July is shown, but if you click that PDF, which says August, it will bring up next month's promotions and tournament schedule. And back to the action here. We got a 3-bet from Chris with King, Queen, under the gun to $85. We got Russ with pocket nines. He's going to make the call. Robert's got a mystery hand on the button. He's going to make the call. Ricky's out. Chuck is just going to try to set mine here with those pocket deuces. He's going to make the call. So 4-way action now. All right, pot now $360. Here's our flop. Flop king, queen, queen. Now Chris with a nice 3-bet is going to go ahead and flop a full house. He's going to play it slow. He's going to check it. Russ is going to check. Everybody's going to check. Nobody has a queen other than Russ's already made hand. Now deuces full of queens. Chuck is going to get it coolered for maximum value here. Check this out. Chuck is reaching for chips. He's going to bet it out. This is going to be a huge bet. He's pretty much going to commit himself. I highly doubt that Chuck is going to be able to get away from this hand. Now Chris, he's got 2 players behind. He's got the best hand. He's just got a smooth call here. Correctly just smooth calls. 2 players behind. Russ is out. Robert's out. Now I think Chuck might just bomb here. He's a little bit wary of him getting called. 6 of clubs on the turn. Chuck is just trying to figure out how he's going to get all the money in the pot. This is going to be pretty much for the rest of his stack here. Bet of 450. Chris is going to go ahead and move all in. Chuck is going to slough it off. Chuck is only thinking here ace queen, pocket kings. Definitely all those hands are going to beat him. Bottom full house is not very good on this board. But he did commit a lot of his chips. Of course, he's going to call. Queens full of kings. And Chuck is going to get felted. All right, looks like Chris will get a full double up. His stack is now up to $3,037. And Chuck is out of cash. Or out of chips, rather. Looks like he has plenty of cash. So go ahead and take a rebuy back in.
Oh, sure.
Bad for me.
So a dream flop and dream turn for Chris. Getting maximum value, flop, full house. Quickly decides to get a color up.
Yeah.
Trying to make his stack a little more manageable. Having his stack be a little over $3,000 now.
Big line only.
Even better turn.
Jack would have been bad for me. This is a call broad with a jack. She would have got both our money,
No call. Just ask them to send a chip around.
most likely.
No. Set up big line only. You first got.
Raise.
Yeah.
Raise.
1 folds, 2 raises 25, 3 folds.
All right, Brian raising his $25 to Ace Jack. Ricky raking up a Pocket Kings, 3-bet to 75 on of the button. Looks like Brian's not going to make the call, and Ricky's going to pick up that small pot.
Good dirty stack, the green one. Get another black in there.
All right, guys, I want to welcome everybody here on our Facebook chat. What's up, Sean, Nick, Kimberly? What's up, Tommy, Jem, Chatter, Allie and Mac, and Kevin Thiel? What's up, Chris Ward, Nick Harrington, and Zach Sheffield, and James Brown? And what's up on our Twitch feed? Poker Sean Jets, Play Balls. Couple shout outs to our viewers here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Again, if you want to watch any of our live streamed archived events, they are archived on YouTube. Make sure to go ahead and go to YouTube. Just search Best Bet Live, all one word. You'll find our Best Bet Live channel. You can watch any of our streams now archived on our new YouTube page. And look at this, Robert waking up with Pocket Aces. There was a race of $20. He's at 3-bet to 65. Chris gonna muck Ace 8 of diamonds. Paul's got King Queen. He's gonna go ahead and fold. But we got Ben with Ace King coming out with a 4-bet. Now Robert going all in. He's only got about 700 behind. Bit of too much of an aggressive play here, I think, with Pocket Aces. Aces definitely want to try to get some action. Heads up. You only really want to squeeze when there's 2, 3, or more players. But if it gets just down to heads up, you can definitely disguise your hand. Make your player bet into you on the flop and then decide to raise. So I think Robert there with those Pocket Aces missed a little bit of value. That was a bit over bet with Pocket Aces. Definitely in the heads up, you want to try to get maximum value. But then again, you could probably shut that down. Maybe you might be afraid of kings or queens and might get out flop. So making the safe play, just protecting those aces. I think it's very unlikely that a flop of Queen Jack 10 for a flop Ace King would happen. I mean, although it has happened for Ben, I think twice. So
3 4, 4 4, 5 4, 6 4, 7 raises 2, 8 4, 9 4.
There's our flop graphic now. King, Jack, Trey, Rainbow. We got Chris with top pair. It's a bet of 25. He's going to take that one down. I believe the cruise package, what does that include? I believe it includes 4-2, a 7-day cruise, I believe, to the Caribbean. And I believe they do get an event buy-in as well. I think the buy-in for their Card Player Poker Tour cruise is going to be like $350. And plus some spending money as well. So I think you get $500 cash. When you get on the cruise, you get a $350 buy-in, I believe, and also a 7-day cruise 4-2 to the Caribbean. And I believe that cruise embarks on October or November. I should have some more information for you all. Just keep on our Best Bet Live webpage. We'll do some updates as far as what that cruise entails completely.
5 balls, 6 balls, 7 balls, 8 balls, 9 balls, 2 cards.
Mark, they're giving it away as high hands. So for every hour from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
30.
on August 3rd, they're going to give away a cruise package. All right, we got some pocket pairs in the mix. 8s, queens, and deuces. We got Jackpot, king, deuce of diamonds. This could get juicy. Russ might shut it down too hardcore with 3 bet of $90. You guys going to get called down from Dan with pocket 8s. Heads up to this flop now. Flop 9, Trey, king.
3 checks. That's 90.
Russ with a bet of 90. He's going to shut that down. Ben's going to give up. Pot goes to Russ. Pick up of $100. Then number 13, $350 buy in the 1010 XL Championship event on October 9th. So something a little extra to win here on the 1010 XL main events starting tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Lots of pocket pairs getting a little active here now. Raised to $40 with pocket 7s, although he is not going to get any action.
7 straddles.
Get a bottle of water, please.
All right, Robert pocket 4s gonna make the call with Russ's raise to $30. The king, jack of spades, 3-handed now. Flop 5, ace 7 with 2 diamonds. Russ started this action. He's gonna see bet to $45. It's like $40. Ricky doesn't believe him. He's going to go and make the call. Ricky currently with the best hand with that pair of 7s. Jack on the turn now. Russ regains the lead. So raise flop, raise pre-flop, bet flop. Now baiting turn. Bet of 65 to go. Ricky is going to give up. I think Ricky was looking for another 6 or 7 or maybe a 4 to have a little more equity to maybe find another card on the river. All right, a couple trash hands for this flop. 3-handed now. Robert in the lead with king 6 of spades. Flop 7-5 jack. A little gut shot straight action for Ricky. He's going to go ahead and lead out for a bet of 25 or 20. And he's going to take it down. All right, guys, I'm going to give a little bit of shout out to Marvin Smith and Marcellus Lane for chopping the OP Deep Stacks main event. That was a $200 buy-in with a $30,000 guaranteed prize pool. That event actually doubled the guarantee to $66,240 in that prize pool. Both Marvin and Marcellus chopped it for about $12,424. A pretty nice little payday for two players. Taking down the OP Deep Stacks. Again, congratulations to Marvin Smith and Marcellus Lane.
I've been over here for business for the last month, though, so I didn't realize it was for this. But for a bigger game, I would definitely make that drive. Just spend the weekend. No, I mean, we've got a whole lot of defensive goal, but it's just not as good as this one. We'll never hit. Damn, it's about an hour and a half. That's not too long. I go over there on the weekends quite a bit, but even then they don't get a 5, 10, 25 game very much.
Check with ace-9 of clubs. Make a pretty hefty raise of $60 here. No action on his ace-9 of clubs. Gonna take that one down. Chuck needs to make a little bit of ground. He did stack off for a full buy-in here in this game very early on for 1,500. So he's probably the most stuck person in the game at the moment.
I used to fight on there in the Navy station. Nothing doesn't compare to this one.
No, not at all.
Can't get too hard though. Shit.
I mean, I'm close enough to drive to the casinos, hour and a half, so if I want to go play.
Ricky continuing to mixing it up. Now raising to $20, 8-7 off suits. We got Chris with just a call with ace queen. Now I'm gonna go heads up.
No, I play at lower Raj usually. Right of the IP.
Flop 6 Jack 5. Nice little open ender for Ricky. I see bet to 30. Chris is gonna go ahead and call.
Couldn't bet enough to get people out. I mean, they would
Turn card 6 of clubs. Check. Another bet of $50.
try and get to the win pot.
Chris can't help himself. He's gonna go ahead and make the call with 2 overs. 8 of hearts on the turn, on river. Now Ricky does pair up. And look at Chris now trying to bet here. Not really sure what he's trying to represent, but he does get Ricky to fold the best hand.
the right job for a minute and stuff, and they have to be a decent showing down to give up what they got now. And they move away from the beaches and stuff. I mean, I know you got beaches over here, but they're not like the beaches in Mexico. Yeah.
Hotel on base, like walk off the waterfront property. How about that working in the city?
Four holes. 5 holes. 6 races, 20. 7, 8, 9 holes. 1 hole. 2 holes. And 5.
All right, three-way action with a raise of $20 with pocket fours from Robert. Here comes our flop, ace, deuce, king with 2 spades. Brian's gonna outflop both players. He's gonna check his ace, turn card 9 of diamonds. Aces now has 2 pair. He's gonna go ahead and bet it now. Jeff out of the way. Robert with pocket fours into the mutt. Brian's gonna pick up $42.
Thank you. Look at the Manatee sitting out there.
So Jeff with a small raise to $15, ace 8 of clubs. We got Ricky with ace 9 of diamonds with 3 bet to $50. Now Paul waking up with pocket kings in the 1 seat. He's gonna do a 4 bet to $200 now. I'm gonna shut this entire streak down here. Very unlikely. Whoa. Looks like Ricky does make the call with ace 9. Does flop an ace. Paul's gonna check. Ricky's gonna check. 5 of spades on the turn. Paul correctly checks. Ricky is trying to get him to bet. Jack of spades on the river. Ricky finally betting now. 200 to go. He does get action from Paul.
Hey.
All right, Paul, queen 9 of clubs. We'll like the little call from here. He does have position. Ben folds. Rests with queen 8 on the big blind. Jeff with the straddle. He's going to check his straddle. Flop, jack, 10, queen, case, queen. Russ flopping the queen. Jeff checking. Turn card 7 hearts. Russ with the tiny bets. Gonna take this one down.
Thank you. Six straddles.
Also, guys, we are going to go ahead and drop our newly released World Poker Tour schedule. This has just dropped on the WPT website. So you want to check out our biggest tour that comes through Best Bet. Our biggest event of the year is our Best Bet Bounty Scramble with a $5,000 buy-in main event.
2 fold, 3 fold, 4 fold, 5 fold, 6 check. 5 check, 6 checks, and 7 check.
All right, there's some links for you guys there.
Check, 5 checks, 6 checks, and then 7.
Here's our schedule of events. Check it out. We're going to have a very aggressive satellite program tailored for our World Poker Tour. We're very good at satelliting our players into that event. Usually we get a little over 100 local players into a 5K, so our satellite program is definitely a lot of value.
Yeah.
So make sure to check out our mega satellite schedule.
Better not be in my flight.
You guys playing?
The 600 per million guy.
We're also going to have a lot of bounties in the field too. I had a couple confirmed with us over the last week. A couple new faces showing up for our Best Bet Bounty Scramble. Maria Ho is going to be joining us this year, as well as a couple guys from past World Poker Tour wins. We got Chicken Wing Frank coming in town. We got a couple actors who are going to be joining us as well. Mark Menchaca. If you ever watched that TV show on, I think it's Netflix now, Ozarks. So an actor from Ozarks. Mark Menchaca. Also Michael Kelly is going to be joining us as well. A couple of celebrities in the field. Jonathan Little is going to be coming into town. Also, regular bounty is going to be Matt Savage, Lonnie Harwood, Ari Engel.
Yeah, it was packed.
Also, a lot of female bounty players as well. Lexi Gavin may join us, along with Lexi.
Tournament stuff. I didn't play tournament.
So here, I'm trying to get these names here. Lexi Sterner.
That's a great one. Yeah, and then the WSOP does the Baltimore portion.
Folds, 9 folds. 1 raises 20.
Paul pocket fives, just a call. Actually, Paul actually going to be raising the $20 pocket fives. Jeff with King 5 of diamonds making a call. Robert Queen 10. Ricky with King 10. Here's some floppage. Ace 8 Trey, 2 clubs. Nobody with a piece of that. Deuce of clubs on the turn. Checks all the way around to Jeff, who's going to go ahead and bet in position, and he's going to take down the small pot, uncontested. Jake Cobb, the buy-in for our Best Bet Bounty Scramble. Main event is going to be $5,000 with a $1 million guaranteed prize pool. So click on that PDF from World Poker Tour is our series schedule. It'll lay out all the buy-ins, all the start times. We're going to have about 21 events during that series. Buy-ins ranging from $240 all the way up to $20,000. You are going to be having a 20K high roller. And we're going to try to put in at least 2 local players in that event as well. So again, check out our satellite program. if you want a shot at winning a seat into that high roller, again, 20K buy-in. Very small field. Maybe you probably get about 20 to 30 players. Yes, KR88NC. We are going to be doing 2 satellites into that high roller. So, again, lots of action here at Best Bet Jacksonville. Getting our local players on the big stage, playing some huge events.
I don't know. That's a good question.
All right, guys, here's some stats for you all. This is after hand number 25. Here are your chip counts. So Chris with an early double up.
But yes, a regular
Double the
double
chips
is
of
very
everybody else
good.
up to 3,100.
30 minutes, yes.
Use your VPIP. So Ricky playing 62% of his hands. Use your PFR, pre-flop raise aggression. Ricky at the top of that, pre-flop. Also at the top of that as far as overall aggression. And here's our current wins and losses for our players here. Again, Chris with the early double up $1,642. Yeah, hand in that's Ben up 322, and everybody else is in the red. Jake, some of our commentators don't work for Best Bet, however, I do. I am actually the tournament director here at Best Bet, also the live stream producer. So unfortunately, I won't be able to play in any of our tournaments because I pretty much run them all.
That's what we decided.
Somebody has to
Yeah, we decided just now. Just when you put 20 out, we decided.
run these tours, run these live streams. So unfortunately, I will not be able to play.
Take your 2 back.
But I take a lot of pride on creating or helping to create a lot of these events for you all.
No, what, we're not doing the bomb pot?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see if everybody had the money on. He must already pulled it. Sorry.
Yeah, just 20 chuck.
It's like we're doing a bomb pot this hand with that dealer change. Everybody's gonna put in $20 or $20. Yeah, you agreed to $20. So everybody's gonna put in 20. Everybody's gonna check pre, and they're gonna go ahead and act accordingly after the flop. So $200 early. I'm sorry, $180 now in the pot with a flop of ace 8-4. Looking through the equity hands here. Nobody with an ace. We got Robert with a pair of eights. Currently the best hand, best kicker. Checks all the way down to me. He's gonna bet it out. Pretty strong bet there. Only betting a pair of eights with an ace on the board and 8 players to fade. Brian betray deuce. Looking for that gut shot straight. So we got Ben 8-6 of diamonds. Looking to backdoor some diamonds there. River card 4 of spades. Brian checks, Ben checks. Robert's gonna have to pile, just take this one down. He's not going to. $80 now. This might get through. Doubtful Brian can really call this hand, even with the paired board. Really nothing you can do. You gotta fold there in that spot. Ben fold. Now Robert getting a little more value. Betting flop, betting turn. He's gonna take that pot down. We're $240.
Thank you.
Jacob, the answer to your question, if you want to become a dealer, you have to be certified to deal in Jacksonville. Usually you do have to have experience here to get a job dealing here at Best Bet. We usually only run classes for our employees internally who haven't dealt before. But as far as dealers coming from the outside, usually we do ask that you have at least 1 year's experience, which is pretty much standard in the industry.
That's a raise.
25.
KRT8 NC, do you sleep during these events? No, I do not sleep. I am a cyborg, and I just have an on switch, and I just go. CTT Dave, IV of Bang drinks. Yes, bring him, please. Bring all the Bangs, all the Red Bulls. Staff really does appreciate all that, so we do like the cookies and the donuts that everybody brings into the room. We all thank our players. Our players are very appreciative of our staff, and they like to bring stuff in for our employees. So thank you to all of our guests, all of our customers. We appreciate you all. All right, back to the action now. We got Chris with a 3-bet to $100. Pocket Queens. All these hands are going through the mic, except for Ricky, who likes to defend quite a bit. He's going to make the call. Chuck also making the call, trying to set mine. Here's our flop. Deuce, Jack, Ace. Ricky out flopping both players. Checks all the way around. Ricky must like those checks. He's probably going to lead out here, but he doesn't. River card 8 of diamonds. Now Ricky might bet here just because he needs to get some money in this pot. Pretty big bet to 150. He does get Chris to call. Aces are going to be good. CTT Dave, I don't see the Saturday list for those tourneys. Which tourneys are you referring to? I do have links here. Let me know. Provide them for you. Are you talking about the World Poker Tour satellite schedule?
Thanks, Rick.
Gotcha. All right, there you go. Jacob, so how do I acquire experience? Would I have to be an employee at Best Bet working in the cage for a year? Jake, more than likely, anytime you're trying to get experience, if you haven't had any casino experience, is getting in as a chip runner or a cage cashier, usually the entrance position of any casino. So once you've worked here for quite a bit, running chips or in the cage, and once there is a dealing class that is provided, some of our chip runners have run chips for maybe a year or two before taking the class, and then once they've taken the class, are able to become dealers here at Best Bet. And back to the action here, we got Chris with 10-5, making a bet of $35. We got Russ calling with a better kicker. Six of clubs on the turn. Are pretty much going to shut down all this action here. Check, check. Here's our river card. Tray of clubs. No players with any clubs in their hand. First player to bet out will probably take this down, but looks like he's going to check all the way. Only way for Chris to win this pot is going to be the bet, and he does not.
I said I don't know how to find on the intro. Is it a face
On Android, you go to here and then hit this button. And there's all different kinds of what do they call chips, right?
So Papa Smurf, the reasoning for Best Bet capping its bad beat is to kind of redirect that money.
I never use it.
Although it's kind of cool to have that bad beat reach, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. What happens more than often is that bad beat climbs. It doesn't really generate a lot of action in the room, although it does sometimes. But what happens is that a player might, from out of town might win that, and the money pool is kind of being taken out. So this is kind of our way to kind of spread the money out just a little bit more. So with the bad beat being capped, it's going to generate a little more money for the high hand. So please expect more aggressive high hand promotions as we go through the month of August and September. And also, capping the bad beat also makes it makes the qualifier change as well. So the qualifier now is going to be quad 8 speed. So it used to be quad 10s. So the bad beat will be able to get hit more often. All right, heads up action for Chuck and Ben, pretty much the same hand, although Chuck has flopped 2 pair aces and 5s. Oh no, both players have 2 pair now, but Chuck has the best 2 pair. You might see some fireworks here. Bet a 125 now. Ben's got to feel like he's going to have the best hand here. I do like the call. That's a pretty safe call from Ben. I like him not raising there, although we do get to see his hands. But 8 of hearts on the river. Chuck with the best hand, ace 5. Check raise would be pretty secure in Chuck's spot, but I don't think he's going to do that. He's trying to bet for value. I believe Ben is probably just going to call here. No reason to raise. Only reason to not raise in that spot, because if you do get raised, that player probably does have a better hand. KRT88 and C, some of our dealers did come out to Vegas to work for the summer. Nobody really arranges that because of the management here at Best Bet. We are pretty networked into a lot of the poker rooms around the country, so with that networking, if a lot of dealers want to kind of take a small vacation and deal abroad, dependent on the schedule here at Best Bet, are pretty flexible as far as that goes. We do hire a lot of circuit dealers as well that come from WSOP circuit just to help us out here. So we kind of in turn do that for our house dealers here to kind of go abroad and kind of expand their experience dealing. And yes, guys, a little clarification of our bad beat. We did cap it to $30,000. It is capped now. And also the qualifier is going to go lower to now quad 8s.
Sounds good.
Be the reasoning why it's on the lower side so that we can lessen the qualifier so it gets hit more often. It also builds the high hand fund as well, so the longer it's capped, the more money that we can pull together to give out in more high hands. All right, we got a raise to $40 from Robert with King 9 offsuit. Ricky defending with Queen 6 of hearts. Chris with Ace 8 of diamonds making the call as well. And Jeff on the button with 5 tray of spades also making the call. All right, flop. King, Jack, Trey. With the best hand, Robert's going to lead out with a bet of $65. Not very coordinated for any of these players. And Robert's going to take down a small pot worth $130.
Thank you.
Salty Choker, the recent changes came about, I want to say about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So this is a fairly new change. So as we're all trying to get adjusted with the new changes, we'll see what happens, you know, with the lower bad beat. Maybe some tweaks may be needed, but we gotta see what happens first. But back to the action here at Best Bet Live. 2-5, no limit hold'em deep. 3 players to the flop. 10-9-5. Rainbow. Ben with a set of 5s is gonna go ahead and bet it out. I do not like this. It's better to play this a little slowly, only because the board's untextured. But he has Robert to call. He's got an open-ended straight draw. Deuce of spades on the turn. All right, Ben with a bet of 150 now. Gets Robert to fold. West High, yes. Richard Seymour may return as a bounty this year. He's a great dude. I actually saw him out in Vegas. Had a little bit of chat with him. We did talk about having him to re-bounty this year, so we'll look forward to having Richard Seymour returning to us for our World Poker Tour Best Bet Bounty Scramble as a bounty. Each time you will knock out a bounty here at our mini event in October, you'll receive $2,500. And back to the action now. We got Ace King versus Aces, classic race. Russ electing the call. Here's our flop, Queen 4-5. Russ with the check. Robert going to lead out here. 2 black aces. Going to go ahead and bet it out. Salty Joker, no, the rake does not change. Doesn't change our rake procedures or policies.
Thank you.
Add him too.
So again, guys, a lot of promotions coming up for August. Check out our August promotions. We're going to be giving away cruise packages. Each cruise package is going to be worth $2,650. We're going to be giving away on Saturdays with a $100 table share. So look at that. Pretty hefty promotion there for those Saturdays, giving away again a cruise package to the Caribbean worth $2,650.
Jack 9.
And it's like we are going to be giving away a lot of satellite seats into our August main event. August Summer Series main event is going to be a $570 buy-in with a $200,000 guaranteed prize pool. Satellites into that event will cost, let's see here, $150. So there's going to be a 20-seat guarantee mega satellite on the 23rd. And you can win yourself a free roll into that satellite on Thursday, the day before the main event.
All right, 500 behind the 1 seat, 6 seats sitting on this one.
KRT 88NC, just keep in mind that 2650 figure does include a buy-in to a tournament and also cash that will be given on the cruise as well.
Is that him?
Yes.
I don't know how much it is. 5?
500. 5 behind the 1. 3 player. Check 5. 50, 7. 41. 5.
21?
Thank you. 6 seats back in.
All right, guys, here's some stats for you all. This is after hand number 38. So we've been streaming here for you guys for about an hour now. Current stat counts. Chris up top at 27,661. There's your voluntary put in pot, VPIP, PFR, aggression frequency. Current score count now, Chris still up 1261. Chuck climbed himself out of the hole. He was stuck 1500, now only stuck 700.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that was your foot.
Straddle from the 6. 5 straddle.
All right, guys, looks like this is the cruise that they're going on. Looks like it leaves November 3rd, comes back November 10th. 7-day cruise to the Eastern Caribbean. Leaves out of Fort Lauderdale. Looks like it's going to St. Thomas, Puerto Rico, San Juan, and then the Bahamas, and Coca Cay. Right, back into the action here. Four-handed. We got Brian with Ace King raising to $40. Ben is going to call with 8-7 hearts. Russ and Ricky making the call as well. Four-handed to this flop. Top tray 7-4 rainbow. Ben's going to lead out with an $80 bet and going to take this down.
Thank you. Four player. Thanks, Rich. There's no seat.
No seat.
Oh, they made a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's left. This is what we
Not
have.
sure why they called race to 130 from 8.
Bust out real quick.
So there was even off the play. I call it Thursday. I don't know, maybe. Who knows?
Check. Thank you.
Why don't you have a good hand? Yeah, but else I'm sorry for it. What?
Rate 30 from 5, 30. 3 players. Check.
All right, sorry guys, I have to leave the commentating booth for a moment, but I am back. We got some action here. Three-handed flop, ace 5-7, 2 spades. Got Jeff with top pair, Chris with middle pair.
On the flop. He checks. And 5 bets.
Ricky with king 10. Looks like a bet from Jeff's gonna take it down. So a lot of players kind of playing kind of snug. Only action player here I see is Ricky, kind of mixing it up with his 3 bets, raising with mid ranges.
I saw those.
His hand?
And I think it's queen 7 off. Just so everybody else knows.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, catching up to the action here. Chris with ace 10 raising the 20 in the small blind. Paul's going to defend in the big blind. Robert making the call, king 4 clubs. Flop 9 is 6 tray rainbow. Paul does out flop these players. But we got Chris with a C bet to 30. Paul's going to defend with middle pair. Robert's going to fold. King of diamonds on the river. Another C bet from Chris, and he's going to take it down.
Raise 30 to 9. Fold 1. Fold 2. 3 players.
3-way action now. Chuck with a pair of 5s. Robert with a pair of 5s. Chris with ace king. Robert's in the lead up, bet out with $40. Pretty sure we may see a call here from Chuck. In this case, he doesn't believe that he has 10. He's going to make the call. Chris getting pretty sticky with ace king. He's going to see another card.
3 players.
Turn card 8 of spades. Chris does manage to squeak out a few more outs. Chuck is going to go ahead and bet and represent that 10. 150 to go. Chris is thinking about it. Paired board. Looking to draw out with that spade flush. Looks like Chris is going to go ahead and make the call. Robert going to get out of the way. And River Card King gets the best of it. Huge bet of 500 to go. It's going to put Chris in a precarious spot. He's either got to believe Chuck has a flush, but that he does have a blocker, so he can decide, because he's blocking that spade flush, The only hand that he can lose to is a 10 or a full house. But that's a pretty hefty bet from Chuck. He may get Chris to fold here. So I think in Chris's mind, it's only really seeing if he does have that 10. But I do like having a spade blocker. It just gives me a little more ideas of calling in the spot. But tough bet to call down. 500 bucks. Oh, he does make the call. Chris is going to take that one down. Chuck not doing very well. He was getting himself unstuck, but with that last bet, it's back where he started.
All right, Dan's taking over. Good luck to you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, this is after hand number 46. Here's your win-losses at the moment. Chris back up to 2,088.
Bump pot.
It's up to you.
Of course.
25, what was that? You stand at 20 or we're going for 25? Okay.
No.
That's a little excessive. What do you guys want? 20 or 20? We're going 20. Do something.
Say $20 bomb pot on the way. So everybody's going to put in $20. Everybody's going to check pre, and then we're going to act on the flop.
It's going to be a bomb. It's going to be a bomb shot. The only. It's not going to be.
I thought about that. Ace king is obviously a spade on the spade on. Then when you hit with that.
All right, here comes out the hands. All trash, but Robert pocket kings. Kind of scary on the bomb pot. Anybody could have anything. Ben with the flush draw. Gut shot straight. He's going to check. Everybody checks around Robert. Now I'm going to bet those kings. Bet of 70 to go. I don't see anybody calling other than Ben. He does have a lot of equity, 43% equity. He does have a lot of cards he can catch. He can catch a club. He can catch an 8. He can go runner, 10s or 9s. Now look at that. 9 does hit, giving Ben a couple more outs. Bet of 75 to go. Robert making the call. Queen of clubs, and now look at that. Ben does get his flush. And check. No bet from Ben for value. Ugh.
Bomb pot, bro. Really can't.
All right, guys, want to check out our live stream schedule? The schedule for August has dropped, so if there's any games that you want to play in, make sure to check our Best Bet live stream schedule. Hit me up at my email if there's something that you would like to play in. Again, my email is johnnyp@bestbetjacks.com. I'll go ahead and link our Best Bet Live link.
Get them off the net, bro. Maybe not even going with the pop.
4 trades. 4 trades. 6 trades. 6 20. 1 fold.
All right, Russ now kind of mixing it up. Queen, tray of clubs, 3-bet to $70 against Chuck, who has been running pretty bad. Chuck with a very loose call. Going heads up. Although he does have top pair. River turn card, tray of diamonds. 2 trays full of queens now for Russ. Chuck just running terrible. Now, with this much action, it's very doubtful that Chuck can really call here. He's not really beating much of anything. You put a player on a king, you're only chopping the pots. But he is getting sticky with it. He's going to make the call. Oh, I see a face card on the river. What is it? Oh, another queen. Now Russ improves again. Now queens full of trays. Essentially the nuts. I don't really like the sizing here. It's a little bit too big of a pot size bet to bet here. A little light. I mean, you bet $85 on the turn to get a little more action. You know, a bet of $100 would have gotten the call, but very unlikely if someone's going to be calling that river bet of 300 and change without a tray or a queen.
6 trouble.
So twice we saw players miss a lot of value on their river bets. We saw Chris rivering a flush on a bomb pot and checking it on the river. And now we see and a big overbet with queens full of trays, a pot-sized bet on a double-paired board when you have all of the cards. So a lot of this game is pot control, also sizing. You want to be able to recognize what kind of hands you should be betting to get maximum value, maximum equity.
It's almost 2-1 bomb pots. You don't even want to wake up with a bomb pot full of pocket games. Don't mind that, right? Just got unlucky.
Get the 90 out here. 2 fold. 9 fold. 4 fold. 5 fold. Ball 6. Check 7. 5 fold. 6 fold. And 7 check. Check 6, or check 5, check 6, 7 bets 10. Six fold. Bet 65, 7 fold.
I didn't see the ball.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what. Yeah, check.
That sounds like it hurt.
That drop box isn't
There's a
present.
Got him.
There's a box there.
Smashing your knee into that rate box. Everybody does it on the 1 and 9 seed. I think everybody has smashed that knee into that box quite a number of times.
That guy's the future table.
Fold 3. Fold 4. Ball 5. Ball 6. And 7 check. Check. Check.
Trash hands.
Check.
Huge flop. No action. Check the round.
Check 6. Check 7.
Jack of hearts on the turn. First person to stab is going to take down this pot. Looks like it's going to be Jeff taking it down with 7 deuce.
Just gashed my knee.
Then sprint back to the table.
No, I tried not to make a big deal.
As always, guys, I want to thank you all for joining us here on Facebook and on Twitch and on YouTube. I want to thank you all for the likes, shares, and follows. Also, if you want to watch any of our live streamed action and past events, it's all archived on YouTube, so be sure to check out our YouTube channel. I'll go ahead and drop that link here, and please do me a big favor and subscribe to our channel.
You know, it's really deal. I hate
1 fold.
Yeah,
2 fold. 3 fold. 4 rings. 35. 5 fold. 6 fold. 7 fold. 8 raises. 55. 9 folds.
All right, we got Chuck with the mystery hand. He's going to 3-bet to 155. Action on the rest. He has ace and 9 of clubs. He was the initiator of the raise. Will he defend?
155.
I bet a 155. Does have a player behind him with pocket jacks. All right, Russ is going to give it up, and action now on Robert. All right, I like it. That's a smooth call. I don't want to inflate the pot with pocket jacks. Not a very good hand that you can improve on unless you can hit a jack. Essentially set mining here. But that's a pretty good flop for Robert. I mean, he does have a good shot for that 10 straight. He does have a diamond blocker, but what does Chuck have? Chuck is going to go ahead and C-bets. Bet a 150 to go. It's a pretty big chunk of his Robert's chips here. He only has 751 effective. So He is going to make the call. Nine of spades on the turn. Check from Chuck. Robert now announces a bet of 300, putting Chuck to the test. Actually, I do like Chuck's range here. I feel like he can probably get it in. I'm putting him on kings or queens. Maybe aces. But if he's calling the turn bet, he's definitely calling the river. 10 of clubs on the river. Now, Robert does straighten out. Terrible card for Chuck. Great card for Robert. We still don't know what Chuck has. Only King Jack.
Still check. It says check. Do whatever you like.
So it looks like Robert bet out of turn.
Check, all in.
Now all in, same action.
And call.
Good in.
And Chuck does call. We don't know what he has. What is that? Ace queen? Chuck pocket queens. He's actually knew he had the queens or kings. So Robert completely drawing dead, kept betting into that. So that's why pocket jacks is such a cooler hand to play. Looks like we have a seat open and Chuck bounces back now. Pretty good pot for Chuck, getting himself unstuck.
Yeah,
Well, I think in that case, is he bound to go all in?
not if he
Not if he bets, then he can reset.
I could have bet 25 and you would have
I don't think he's holding.
No.
But still, yeah. Because I can
So nice hand for Chuck. Turning full boat. He played it perfectly to get jacks to just get all the money in for him. So always the dream spot.
4-4. Call 5. Raise 30 from 7.
Ricky on the button. 6-5 of diamonds going to raise it up to 30. I like the way Ricky mixes up a lot with those mid ranges. Lots of bets in position, a lot of 3 bets. Flop 5, 9, ace, rainbow. Ricky does get a piece of it. He's going to go ahead and c-bet to 75. Chris is going to defend with ace 10, the best hand so far. Four spades on the turn. Check, check. Trip aces now for Chris. Bet at 100 is probably going to take it down, and I don't think Ricky is going to really try to make a play here.
Good river or bad? Good river or bad? I'm sorry.
Ricky is only thinking to bluff here. Oh, he does make the call only. Pretty strange. Guess Ricky might have put him on some kind of speed draw. Some kind of connector that didn't hit. Didn't give him credit for the ace.
fold. Raise the spin from 3. So 1, 5 calls, 7 folds, 8 folds, 9 folds. And 1 call. One cut. Three cut.
I really get to the full day for Christmas. Last Friday.
One cut. The 2 bets 55. Fold. 1 fold. Thank you. Thank you.
Second.
Take a 100 off the net.
Oh, no, okay.
Four fold. Four fold. 5 fold. 7 fold. 8 fold. 9 fold. One fold. 2 folds. Two cuts. 5 cuts. 2 cuts. 2 cuts. And 5 cuts. 2 cuts.
Can you beat 7 high?
Yeah, but my 9 got counterfeited.
Two. Nine.
A jack.
Yeah. You know what suit it was?
Diamond or heart.
Yeah, it might have been a diamond.
Diamond, jack diamond.
What's up, y'all?
That was a game.
What's wrong? It was good. I know why I came over here.
I don't know either.
Four folds, 5 folds, 7 raise, 30. 8 folds, 1 fold, 2 folds. And 3 folds. Seven cuts. Seven cuts. Eight bets, 50. 7 folds. Thank you. Don't want anything? 5 straddles.
Y'all want to play a bomb pot? Yeah. Like everyone throws in 25 bucks?
Yep.
And we've been doing a straddle too.
Yeah.
Don't bend it all.
fold. 7 calls, 8 folds, 9 raises, 35. 1 folds. 2 calls, 3 folds. 4 folds. 5 calls and 7 calls. Check. Second check, 9 checks, and 2 checks. 5 checks, 7 checks, 9 checks, and 2 checks. 5 checks, 7 checks, 9 checks, and 2 checks. Got the river over here. 8. Thank you. Raises 30. 2 fold. 3 fold. 4 fold. And 5 fold. 5 checks. 1 check. And 1 check. 5 checks. That's 25. 3 calls. 5 folds. 1 bet's 50.
Is that a green?
3 calls. Thank you. 7 7. Forward, 9 forwards. 1 calls, 2 calls. 3 forward. 4 raises, 16. 5 forward, 6 forward, 7 forward. 1 forward. 2 forwards. 8.
All right, sorry guys, I'm back in the booth. Had to take a little bit of a break, but I am back. into the action here. We're watching Best Bet Live featuring 2-5, no limit hold'em deep. Okay, 200 minimum buy-in, maximum 1,500. Sorry. Current stat counts at the moment. Chris up there at 37.86. Early double up for him. Still stacking those chips high. Current win losses. All right, sorry guys, we had a bomb pot in this hand, so pot with $180. And it's like we have another pocket kings on the bomb pot now. Ben has it. Flop, tray, 5, ace. We got Lucky with a flush draw. We got Ricky with a pair of aces. Chuck has a pair of trays. Chris has got a gut shot. Paul has a pair of aces. 2 pair for Brian. Russ has an open-ended straight draw. This could get pretty interesting. But we got Lucky gonna bet huge with that spade draw. Gonna try to shut it down. Brian has 2 pair, making the call. Ben has pocket kings into the muck. Now we got Russ open-netted action. Tough with having open-ended, but having 2 spades out there, so hitting that open-ender on a spade could be detrimental to your hand, but this hand does get heads up. Flush draw against 2 pair. Current card 4 of spades. Spade gets there. Half pot size bet from Lucky. I like the sizing. 275 to go. Action on Brian.
275.
Again, very sticky with that 2 pair. He's going to try to catch him. However, does have a few outs. River card 6 of spades. I might shut Lucky down just a little bit. Lucky checks.
Yeah, imagine.
Brian checks. So Lucky's going to take this down.
Favorite hand and you like bomb pots.
My favorite hand, and I like bomb pots. Thank you.
165, Dan.
165.
Adding 165.
Let's try with the 9.
No, he's not holding. The border on me. Very relevant.
Hit trips. Raise 35 for me. Hold 2. Hold 3. Hold 4. Call 5. Hold 6. Hold 8. Hold 9.
Alright guys, thanks for joining us here on Facebook, Twitch, and on YouTube. And what's up to all of our viewers here? What's up Alan? What's up Kevin? What's up Crush Live Poker? Is that Bart Hansen? Watching the Best Bet live stream. Pretty cool. Always loving Bart Hansen's videos on Crush Live Poker. Alright, we got Ben with Ace King of Spades, 3-bet to 60. We got Jeff Pocket Ace making the call. Paul Ace 9 and Brian the Mystery Man making the call as well. 4-handed to this flop. Flopping 4, 10, 7. All rainbow. Nobody with a roll piece. Checks around. Jeff. Possibly the best hand. Pocket Ace. Looks like he's going to take a stab at it. I do like to stab. He does have positions, and that'll make it 70 to go. Paul's out. Brian with the mystery hand. He's going to make the call. Ben's got 2 over. He's going to go ahead and fold. Turn card Jack of Diamonds. Now check, check. 5 hearts on the river. I think after that check on the turn showed a lot of weakness from Jeff, so Brian's going ahead and exploit that, going all in. He's going to get Jeff to fold.
Four players. Check one.
All right, back to the action here. We got a flop straight from Chris. Jack 9 is such a disguised hand. I'm pretty disappointed he didn't try to put some money in that pot. Only because the heart draw is out there too, but he elects to play his position. He's going to go ahead and raise now. Double suited board. And with that raise, he's going to take that down. Just a reminder, guys, tomorrow's 1010XL main event starts tomorrow at 6 o'clock with a $110 buy-in. That's a quarterly tournament we hold here at Best Bet through our radio show. So we'll have a couple bounty personalities out there from our radio show. Allie McDeal is going to be a bounty. Also Frank Franchi from 1010XL Sports Radio. A couple handful of bounties going to be out there as well. I think Josh Scobie is going to be a bounty too. He's usually always a regular at our 1010XL events. A little bit extra piece, that 1010XL main event winner will also receive a $350 buy-in into a WPT event, and that will be a $350 buy-in 1010XL championship event during our World Poker Tour series here in October. All right, back in the action here. We got Chuck, who has been running pretty awful. He's waking up Pocket King. He's 3-bet to 95 now. He's going to get some action here. 4 ways, 2 of this flop. Pot now $387. Flop 9, 2s, 5.
Dan, can you call for a chip runner? And I'm gonna add on 300.
Pretty hefty bet. 275
Thank you.
to go.
Green is fine.
Paul's got top pair. Effective stack $583. If he's gonna call, just might as well stuff it, but I'm not going to. Russ with pocket 6 into the muck, and Ricky with 8-6 into the muck as well. Chuck gonna take this down with pocket kings.
Thanks, Chuck.
Thanks, Tim.
All right, Jeff, king, jack of spades. Going for a limp. Ricky, ace-7 of clubs. No stranger for mid-range raises. Paul going to defend with king, queen in position. Russ with king, 10 of diamonds going to defend in the big blind. Also, Jeff, king, jack of spades also making the call. Forehand to this flop. 122 in this pot. Flop, queen, 5. Deuce, 2 hearts. Paul looking pretty good with his top pair. Effective stack 553. Bet of 100 to go. Just gonna take that one down. Profit $92.
Unbelievable. Hit the flop. First time in 2 hours.
Straddle from the 6.
All right, we got some live straddle action from the 6th seat. Newest player in the game. All right, let's straddle pot 4-way action now.
4 players.
Flop queen 8-9. 2 pair for Jeff. He's gonna check it. Lucky is gonna go ahead and bet it out with top pair of $30. Russ with the jack 7. Gonna make the call. Like Jeff needs to protect his hand in the spot, although probably in fear of that jack 10. Deuce of hearts on the turn. I don't really like this smooth call flop now bet turn when a deuce of hearts shows up. I don't really know. It's probably better off to check raise. They get no action. It's just a little strange play there from seat 5. We'll like the check raise on a flop better than smooth call flop and then lead out turn.
Probably 3 flop too. Just go with all of it.
Got the straddle on 7.
All right, folds around to Russ with ace tray of hearts on the button. Raise to 30. Now I like raises with ace suited, especially with your ace deuce tray 4-5 range and ace 10 jack queen king. I don't like those raises, anything in between that, but I do like raises in positions with those kind of hands. All right, flop queen 6 tray with 2 spades. Ricky, who did bet 30, got called both ways. Here's our turn. Turn card, Ace of Diamonds. Russ pulls in the lead with the pair. Now 2-pair against 2-pair. Ricky is going to lead out 75. Russ definitely in the raising spot. You got positioned. It is a pretty coordinated board. You want to try to get some more value in this hand here. I like the raise to 200. Definitely going to get Ricky to call because he has been the most aggressive player, very loosey-goosey player. So Ricky checking his effective stacks. Ricky making the call, looking to catch a queen or a 6. Deuce of hearts on the river, checks it, action back on Russ. Now pot's 552, you want to try to get some value. So last bet was 200, probably do the same bet again. I want to make it too much. Now double the bet, 400 to go. Action now back on the Ricky. Ricky only thinking he can call here of a naked ace. And Ricky's going to give it up. Good fold, Ricky. Yes, I do agree. I think Russ missed a lot of value there. On a couple of hands, to be honest. Like the raise on the turn. I bet the sizing on the river was a little bit too much. I would like to have seen it maybe 225.
Did you say there's a gator in front of your driveway?
But Brian, pocket kings, raising to 40.
Camera or whatever?
No, my neighbor took a picture of it and sent it to me.
So you got your own security camera that lives next door.
Like 5 feet.
I like
We,
Getting some action from Ricky with Jack 7 of clubs. Heads up now.
Big enough for me to run.
Here's our flop.
Oh, that's a decent sized little gator.
Flop 6, queen, deuce with 2 clubs.
4 feet long.
Bet a 75 from Ricky. Trying to catch another club. Just a call from Brian. I'm sorry, Brian bet 65. Ricky called. 7 of hearts on the turn. Ricky does pair his 7.
his friend lost his wife last year.
He checks.
Last person that got pulled in the road.
Brian's going to lead out to 135.
I hear they can run quick, it's just like 20 feet.
Good enough sizing for Ricky just to call here. Ricky needs a club, jack, or 7.
Go to the side of wherever they're running. They can't turn. They can go fast and straight, but they can't check themselves.
I hope that information is never used.
But doesn't get it now. A set of kings for Brian.
Yes.
Stay upland from them.
Yeah.
Definitely the best hand. Pots at 492. Definitely want to size to get some kind of
Pay the fine.
value.
Pay the fine and
So bet a 350 Brian, and Ricky's going to lay down.
We had to guard the cabs from gators, you know, back. see a gator on a golf course, which I see all the time in Florida, it just stay up in front of them.
This thing to do is stay still, right? Like not move,
Well,
basically.
then you hold up the golf course. You can't do that. You have to move along.
I mean, if the gator sees you, right?
He's just not interested.
Well,
These are worse than
oh,
gators.
okay.
These were actually.
So just walk the other way, basically. Like,
You know, as close as you just stay upland from it. Usually if they're on the bank of southern, they're not looking for prey because they do that in the water. You know what I mean?
yeah, they don't. Right, I understand.
So they're not.
Yeah. Like they're not coming on land looking for a
Exactly.
snack.
Exactly.
3 players.
Saw a video the other day of a manatee down in the Port St. Lucie area. 2/3 of the way out of the water. This guy lives on a canal, and he only mows his grass down to about 3 or 4 feet away from the canal. So up against the canal, he lets the grass grow, and these manatees come out like almost
grass.
completely out of the water, and they eat the grass. Like you could see, he only, I think the clip that I watched was only maybe a minute long, but this manatee had devoured like the whole area of this grass. But I had never seen a manatee out of the water like that. Ever. Because that, it's that big long reed grass. This grass is growing 4 or 5 feet.
I mean, they're mammals. They don't have gills. They do.
Right. Yeah.
They're
No, I
outside
understand.
water, but their body is such that it's really.
Looks like we have some action here. Ricky now flopping a set against aces. These guys are playing pretty deep, but action has been kind of
Pretty
slow.
much, yeah. But that's about all that was in the water.
Ricky with a $150 bet.
Rest of that thing was out of the
Ace is
water the
going
whole time.
to put the call. Ace is cracked.
Yeah, I told the residential subdivision that permits and things moving out, everybody puts their food on their house. We have manatees on there. Now it's out there.
Where, like along Roscoe Boulevard in front of these, are you talking
No,
about?
it's about an hour south of here.
Oh, okay, so further south
Yeah,
of St.
yeah,
Augustine.
south of St. Augustine.
Gotcha.
Ace to 30. 4-2.
Ace rack hits again.
Jeez, that's blasting.
All right, guys, we're about halfway through our live stream for tonight's game. Again, we are playing T5 no limit hold 'em deep with a $200 minimum buy-in with a maximum of 15.
don't care right now, but I'm just curious. I know, congratulations.
You got the booth over there. He's. Have a good night, man. I mean, like literally,
All right, Chuck, wicket with Queen Jack. Gonna raise it to 30. Ben's gonna defend the big blind with Jack. 6 off suits. A very good matchup. Flop. 5-9-8. Let's get a gut shot. Check down to 50. Let's go. And then gut shot. So straight for a 10. Oh, I like Ben's play here. Raise to 150. Whoa, Chuck not going anywhere. He's gonna make the call.
Good luck, everybody.
Turn card 7. And Yahtzee. Ben gets us straight. Betting it small, I like it. He's gonna get some action. Doesn't want a 10 though. Although he might be looking at it. But 6. Jack 6 with the 7 on the turn is good for now. 175. Chuck lets it go.
thank you. All right, Dan's taking over. Good luck to you guys. Free check.
Alright, we got a bomb pot for a dealer change. Everybody's gonna put in 20.
Check it down.
$100 flip.
Check it all the way down. It's $800 pop.
Let's do a bomb pot for shark. Don't do a flip.
Yeah, I think a flip's better.
Yes.
I think Ricky was trying to do a $100 flip instead of a $20 bomb pot.
That would be cool, right? A double board.
Can we do double boards?
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's a split pot. Whoever.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think so. It's up to you guys. Now they're trying to do like a double board, but I don't know. The graphics won't pick that up. The graphics, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this one for sure.
This is my winning card right here. I don't know what it is. The one.
Alright guys, here is our bomb pot. Here are our cards. A lot of trash hands out there. Be anybody's pot. 10, 6, 10. Nobody has a 10. It's like this might get checked all the way through unless somebody gets pretty frisky and just smashes this pot here. Is somebody gonna barrel?
Let's see what you gave.
It's like no, checked all the way through. Everybody's a little scared. Free turn card. Tray of spades now. Jeff now with the best hand. He has, I'm sorry, he doesn't have the best hand. Ricky has the best hand with 7-6. But Jeff is going to go ahead and make a small bluff at it. Ricky's going to defend his pair of 6s. He's going to get folded all the way around. Now heads up on this bomb pot. 6 of hearts on the river. Ricky fills up, and now Jeff can't help himself. Wants to represent that 10 or 6. Ricky is going to just call here. No reason to raise. Only reason if you're going to raise, you're not going to get any action if you raise unless somebody has a 10. So Ricky on this bomb pot is going to profit $250.
Yeah.
1, 3.
Imagine 250.
Savage adding 250. I'm gonna put your bid in the back.
That's fine.
Yeah, no. It was asking for 6 straddles. 6 straddles.
All right, with the Queen Jack's gonna raise it to 40. Out of position. You got Chuck with 9-8 of hearts making the call.
1 4. 3 4. 6.
Yep.
One of the things I would like these players to do a lot is because Ricky is raising on so many wide ranges. I mean, I haven't seen anybody 3-bet him at all. Just period. I mean, yes, you're gonna have to defend your 3-bet a lot, but I mean, Ricky is just it's a lot of dead money to just put to the test. You just can't fold, and only play premiums. You still have to play against your players. So Ricky getting away with a lot, and a lot of players at the table don't recognize that he is exploitable with a 3-bet here and there.
7 straddles. Yeah, she just I'm gonna do instructions for that.
The other guy had one too. So.
Yeah,
Other one was a special case.
3 folds. 4 folds.
All right, catch it back to the action here. We got a straddle. Chris with pocket 8s making the call. Jeff with the Queen Jack of Diamonds raising to 25. Heads up action. All right, flop 7, 10, 9. Great flop for Chris. Open ender. Jeff also open ender. However, Chris does pick up the straight. Jeff does pair his jack. So they bet 50, and then Chris bets 50, Jeff calls. I'm sorry, it's up to Jeff.
125.
So we were at the river, and yeah, so Jeff would bet a 50 and no call.
Just light it too.
All right, it's like a new player in the game. Just gonna fill up seat 2. Looks like he's gonna go for the max buy-in. Yeah, live under the gun straddle in seat 9.
With the cars though,
Yeah,
If you win a pot with do 7, everyone gives you like 15 or 20 bucks.
Yeah.
Go down for the do 7 game. Win a pot with do 7, everyone at the table gives you 20 bucks.
Profit.
20?
I won't say no.
Okay, that's
Tuna Tits. Yes, we did do away with the progressive jackpot. We capped it at $30,000. Capping the bad beat doesn't change the rake at all. There's no real reason to change the rake for capping the bad beat. Capping the bad beat only means that more money is going to be funded through high hands, so some of that money is going to be redirected to more aggressive promotions. The upside of capping the bad beat to a smaller amount, we did lower the qualifier down to quad 8, so it is going to be hit more often and more likely to hit. We actually did have that bad beat get hit twice within 2 weeks.
Get a deuce 2-7.
But expect more aggressive high hands going into the month of August and September and all the way through the rest of the year. All right, couple pocket pairs in the mix. Ricky turns a set of 7s.
$7.85.
Hey up. Ah,
I knew that. There's no way.
I wish I had done the same thing when I do 7.
That would have been perfect. Great, you just get it the first one, you put it on. Get half the table to quit immediately.
All right, just remember, guys, our August Summer Warm-Up Series is going to fire off here in about 2 weeks. Make sure to check our website for all details pertaining for that series. Opening event for our summer series is going to be $360 buy-in with a $100,000 guaranteed prize pool. 4 flights of Fury that start on Friday and Saturday. It starts August 16th and 17th. 360 buy-in, 20K starting stack, playing 30-minute blind lows on day 1, 40-minute blind lows on day 2. And we're going to live stream that final table on Sunday on August 18th. Preliminary events are going to range from $150 buy-in to $590. We do have a War Poker Tour Mega Satellite on the 21st with a 5-seat guarantee. Win a seat into that, you win yourself a 5K main event seat into our War Poker Tour main event in October. And that will lead into our main event during a summer warm-up. $570 buy-in with a $25,000 starting stack, $200,000 guaranteed prize pool. That event starts on August 27th, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Day 1 A, B, and C. Day 2 on Sunday. We will finish that out. A couple interesting events during the series. We're going to bring back the Heads Up event, $300 buy-in Heads Up. Also, a couple mixed games. We have a 240 OE. This is going to be a stud and Omaha 8 or better mix. Also a Big O and PLO High mix with a 350 buy-in. So a couple new changes, a couple tweaks of our series events. Kind of change things up a little bit. And as we're ending the Summer Warm-Up Series, we're going to start promoting for War Poker Tour. Be sure to constantly check our promotions and tournaments calendars. We're going to be holding a 5-seat guaranteed Mega Satellite every single weekend leading up to the War Poker Tour meet event. Lots of promotions. We're going to be high-handing a lot of event seats, a lot of satellite seats. We generally get a little over 100 local players satellited into our main event for our World Poker Tour. A couple locals have won our World Poker Tour main events. Nabil Herezi, Doc, won it in like, say 5 years ago. Paul Petralia won it 2 years ago. Look at that. We got Chris in the 9th seed making a bit of a move. He's going to take this one down with a raise of $135 with ace high. All right, guys, here's some stats for you all. We're about halfway through our stream, and here are our stat counts. Chris has maintained the chip lead. He bought it for 1,500, so up about 1,800. Here's your VPIP. Ricky and Jeff playing a lot of hands, at least half of them. Here's your PFR, pre-flop raise percentages. Ricky being the most aggressive pre-flop, also overall aggressive. And here's our win-losses at the moment. So again, Chris, yeah, up 23.54. Ricky up 588. Chuck still down 1,100. And look at that, we got Chuck waking up with Ace King, raising to $35. Paul with Jack 10 making the call. Gavin, new player in the 2 seat, making the call with 10-7 offsuit. And Jeff gonna defend with Queen 5 of diamonds. Flop 7, Ace 6 with 2 hearts. Good flop for Ace King. Check with bet of 75, but I'm probably gonna take this down. I don't know what guy was really thinking about 10-7. It's not a very good hand to call on this spot. Into the muck. Jeff's hand into the muck as well. Porpoise 666. What is the max buy-in for this game? It is $1,500.
No. Yeah,
There's 2 on this side, but you just like change yours.
The button's in the 9 seat on the computer, right? It is in the 1 seat?
I was the big blind.
Porpoise, the big stack actually double up on the like the first orbit. He got it in with Chuck for a double up of a full buy-in. All right, Paul finally getting in the mix. Gonna raise on the button with ace tray. However, Ben does outflop him. Top pair with the jack kicker. Ben checks. Paul bets 25. Ben is gonna check call. A little bit of lag on our graphics for our turn card. 5 of hearts on the turn. 9 of diamonds on the river. 10s are still good. I don't really know why why Paul is just going to give away his money for just a pair of trays. Pretty sure bottom pair is not going to be good in any of the spot. Calling you all the way down. So they're going to profit $77 off of Paul. The regular 2-5 games here at Best Bet Jacksonville is actually capped at $800 for 2-5. So the buy-ins for 2-2 is going to be on the reg is 40 to 300. 2-5 is 100 to 800. I'm sorry, it's 200 to 800. And then for live stream purposes, we do make this game a little bit deeper. So we make the buy-in for this game 2 to 15. Now our bigger games that are 5-10 and above do not have a cap. Speaking about our bigger games, you do have a couple 5-10 and a quarter live streams scheduled for the month of August. If anybody's interested in playing any of our live stream cash games, check out our Best Bet Live link, check out our schedule. If you want to play on Best Bet Live, play on one of our shows, be sure to hit me up at my email at johnnyp@bestbetjacks.com. Let me know which game you like to play in. I'll put you on the list. Do have to warn everybody though, these games do get filled quite quickly. So if you are very interested in playing into one of our live stream cash games, be sure to email me soon, as these games do fill up quite fast. Back to the action here. We got Chuck with 7-5 of spades, racing it to $60. He's gonna get some action. Gavin in there with King Queen. Ricky definitely gonna get involved. He's gonna make the call. I would have liked a squeeze from Ricky in that spot, to be honest. But he is going to take a flop, but he does still have the best hand with pocket tens. 9 of spades on the turn. Chuck now does have a spade draw. That's out 150 to go. Dab at King, Queen. Most likely going into the muck. No, he's reaching for chips. He's going to make the call. Ricky is going to go ahead and muck the best hand. That's why in that spot, I think I would like to squeeze in that spot with only 2 players behind. Oh, look at that. 10 on the river. And good fold from Ricky because Gavin now has the straight. But Chuck has the flush. So great fold from Ricky. 10 of spades was a horrible card for him. Now Gavin with the decision. He did get the card he wanted. Unfortunately, it was spades. This bet of 375 is probably going to get called. Very tough to muck Broadway in this spot, even with your spade blocker. So this money is definitely going in the middle. No, he's reaching for raisin chips. Oh no! Trying to find some value, although he is behind. Only Min clicks it. This is definitely going to get called. Bet is 750 actually. He has to Min click it. And Chuck getting a little more value now out of his spade flush. Definitely not, it's not going to make enough for Chuck to fold. The pot's already 1,622. He's not going to fold for another 375. You're just not going to fold for 375. You're just not going to do it, Chuck. Don't do it. And Gavin making the mistake of Min clicking with Broadway with spade showing. Huge mistake. But I think he honestly thought he was good. He was just trying to get more value out of his Broadway. That would have got even uglier if Ricky was in the pot as well. Check with a raise to $35. Ace Jack of Hearts. Gavin into the call, but Queen 8 off suits. Couple trash hands in the muck. We're taking this hand heads up now.
Yeah, he's been calling one on the ear, but they're not coming for some reason. I don't know why. We got money too. Even too. Yeah.
All right, flop King 9. Check with the C-bet to 50. Back in action now. Action on Paul. Actually, no. Action on Russ. Sorry guys about the graphics. We're just trying to catch up here. All right, lucky pocket queens. It has been raised to 20 from Jeff with Ace Jack. Here comes a 3-bet to 65. Jeff getting very sticky with Ace Jack.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm not dropping for the rest of the night so that I can.
All right, 10, Ace, Trey, Jeff outflops Lucky. Check from Lucky. check from Jeff. Queen of diamonds on the turn. Set of queens for Lucky.
Where's my $100 discount?
Yeah.
Now it's time to put some chips in.
Yeah. Plus 50 right there.
Bet of 90. Definitely is going to get some action. Whoa, Jeff. Oh, yeah. Definitely going to get some action. Jeff insta calls.
We're playing with Danny. Played him with
All right, looks like graphics aren't picking up that last card. Be a little patient. It's going to come up here in a second. A bet of 275 on the river. Six of diamonds on the river now.
not last week. I'm looking for the last week I was playing pot one.
And Jeff is going to give it up. Good fold from Jeff. 275 was a little bit big bet from Lucky there. We'll like the sizing to be a little bit smaller just to get action. You gotta dance that fine line to get maximum value out of your hands, especially if you know you're good. Just can't blast it and just pray that somebody's gonna call. I think take it in line to where you can get value, maximum value out of those kinds of hands. So a bet of I think 150 would have been enough to get a call.
You good for the do 7 now? Sure. All right, $20 ahead.
That's the way. Then we're gonna get put it on.
Just because we put it on, we're going to get it to the rest of
I have to come.
It's a way to improve all of our hands just a little bit. Four raises, 4, 5 points, 6 points, 7 points, 8 points, and 9 balls. So do you ever get 4? Thank you.
Did he ever tell you?
All right, let's see another dealer change here. Looks like it's going to be a bomb pot.
What do you bet?
Yep, bomb pot for 20 bucks.
All right, you guys doing bomb pop this time? Yeah. You guys doing 20? Right. Oh, yeah. Take my money.
You won one though.
Yeah, I gave most of it back.
Not a bomb.
Sorry. I won one ball, but
Yeah.
All right, bomb pot engaged. Here are our
that would
hands.
be great. Not the bomb pot.
Flop 10, 6, 7. All right, we got Russ with the best hand with Jack 7, middle pair. Chris with 9-7. He is going to bet it out to $25. Paul has a mystery hand. We don't know what he has, but he's calling. Let's see a raise here from somebody. Call from Russ with the best hand. And Ricky with 8 trade making the call. He's got a gut shot straight draw. Jack of spades on the turn. Russ now has 2 pair jacks and 7s. Now another case of, I think, betting too much. Bet a 150. Guess that's all right. Joom, yes, this is live. However, we are on a 15-minute delay. Chris is gonna put his hand in the muck. And Paul's gonna fold, and he's gonna get that pot. So bomb pot going to Russ. Ah, look at that. Ben waking up with pocket kings. He is out of position. Raising it to $35 now. Sorry guys, our graphics are kind of slow to catch up here. Jeff making the call with 10-9 off suits. We got Conk. It's like a raise to 150 with Queen 9 of diamonds. Putting Ben to the test. Does he re-raise or just smooth call? Looks like re-raise. 4-bet now to 400 change and no action.
Thank you. A little water back in my life.
Yeah. I was gonna get these seats. Yeah.
All right, Ben back-to-back hands. He's gonna raise it again to 25 with pocket 9s this time. Russ folds. Jeff is gonna go and try to set mine with those pocket 5s. Lucky ace 4 in the muck. Ricky Jack Trey in the muck. Chuck is making the call.
At 1171.
Chris with 90 ounces making the call as well. Couple trash hands in play. Conk with 7 deuce. It's gonna 3-bet to 125 now. Ben gonna defend. Jeff gonna defend. Oh, Chuck is gonna get in there too. Chris is gonna get Chris is oh, it's priced in. You should call. Chris and Paul are gonna be out of there. All right, here's our flop. 9, 10, 8. Set of 9s for Ben. Open-ended straight for Conk. Conk with the C bet to 300. Very coordinated board there. I think Ben needs to just I just stuff it here. It's gonna be a huge pot anyway. I'll make it 800 to go. You don't want any more cards, although yeah, you can pair up, but it's a very coordinated board with those hearts. All right, Raisy Daisy. All right, raise now to 900. I like the sizing. Conk's gonna go ahead and get it in. All right. Conk does have some outs. He's got a jack or a 6. Jack gets there. 7 deuce Yahtzee. And Conk with 7 deuce ships it for a full double with 7 deuce.
Doesn't matter. What he has there.
Conk 3 bets with 7 deuce.
They really got to give us money.
C bets and goes all in and gets all the money. Sick play, Conk with 7 deuce. I love seeing that. And with that, bad play does get rewarded.
Plus you get
15.
Plus you get
How much more though? $15?
15. 13.
I think.
And that is the hand of the night. The most interesting hand by far. Congratulations, Conk, for the Stones to play 7 deuce like a boss.
I have 400 at it right now.
I had a 4
$250 more. $250 more.
All right, after that 7 deuce play, Conk is definitely going to get called down a lot. So pretty good spot for him.
Three players. Three players. Check in.
Seven deuce?
Seven deuce.
Yeah.
Stay up.
Did he really just?
Conk now raising the ace king of spades to 25 after that 7 deuce play. Pretty sure he's going to get a lot of action now. Perfect spot to having premiums in this spot. There's a flop for ace sick, all diamonds. Conk does fade the diamonds, but he is going to check top pair. Turn card 4 up clubs. Bit of 75 to go. And lucky. All right, he's going to fold. Conk got to take it down. Ace king.
Second to your check. Maybe I draw 2 kings. Thanks, Rick. Yeah, it's another ace. First game.
I'll flush draw.
Well, I plan on bluffing.
Yeah, of course.
I think I plan on showing down team high.
Fold 3, fold 4. No. Fold 5, fold 6, fold 7, fold 8, fold 9. Fold 9, check 2. Free player. Thank you. Raise 25 and 7, 8, 9. Three player. Thank you. Strong on the line. Four players. Second four. Send it on. Put the diamonds. 5 players. Get check 4. I got 7.
Can't make it there.
Huh?
Hard like a hand.
Nothing. Almost. Comes out of bush.
Thanks, man.
All right, guys, I am back in the booth, and we are towards the end of our live stream. I want to thank everybody here for joining us here on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Thanks for the likes, shares, and follows.
Good luck, everybody. Dan's taking over.
All right, that was hand number 101. Here are our current stat counts. Use your V-Pit, voluntary put in pots.
We went up. Lost
Your PFR.
I'll make up somewhere now. Back in.
Regression frequency.
Give them a second, 'cause, the system just went
Current wins and losses. Chris up 2100. Conk up 1400. Russ up 1000.
Not $5.
Cost of living.
Chuck looks like he got himself out of that hole. He was stuck 1500. Now pretty close to being even.
Good.
All right, looks like we have a bomb pot underway. 20 in the pots.
And the 5 feet is good up, right? Okay. Right here we go. You guys did 25 for the bomb point, correct? I feel like someone's going to get So they did 25 for the bomb point. Good. All right. Yep. 4 picks. 6 picks. 7 picks. 8 picks. 9 picks.
All right, looking up the equities here. Flop queen 5-5 with 2 spades. We got Paul with that spade draw. He's going to check it. 9 of diamonds on the turn.
4 picks. 6 picks. 17.
Conk has top pair. Chuck with queen tray. He's going to bet it out, but it's got kicker issues. Bet at 200. Conk is in there with the best hand. 5 of hearts on the river. Chop pots. That 5 does save Chuck.
Yeah, there was no list.
Once again, everybody, if you want to play in any one of our live stream cash games, look us up on our live stream schedule. That is posted on our website at our Best Bet Live link. So if you ever want to play in any one of our live stream cash games, hit me up at my email, johnnyp@bestbetjacks.com. Let me know which game you want to play in. I'll definitely try to get you on that list. 1010 XL main event starts tomorrow. Starts at 6 o'clock with a $110 buy-in. We do have a huge field for that event, ranging from 150 to 200 players. A lot of celebrity bounties in the field from our 1010 XL studios.
There was 4 people in.
Bounties will be Ali Big Deal and Frank Franchi. A couple notables. Maybe Josh Scobie will be in the field as well as a bounty. If you win that event, we are also going to award you with a $350 buy-in into our World Poker Tour Series event number 13. That is going to be our 1010 XL Championship event during our World Poker Tour Series. So a bit of a bonus if you happen to win that event. All right, Ben with Jack 10, going to mix it up. Raising it at $45 in the cutoff. Folds around to Chris with pocket 5s. He's going to defend. All right, trade, deuce, 10, 2 spades. Top pair for Ben. He's going to go ahead and lead out the bet of $35. And Chris is going to make the call. Looking for a 5. 7 of diamonds on the turn.
You never showed your other card. You did on the, you had the 7-8? I think the 3 came on the other way.
Bet with a bet of 75 is probably going to take it down with this bet here.
Yeah, the Jack came up. I was thinking you're different. 5, 4, 5, 6, 7,
3 cards.
Also remember, guys, we are going to be giving away some cruise packages here for our August promotions on Saturdays. Make sure to check out our promotions page. That cruise package is going to be worth a little over $2,600. It is going to be a 7 days cruise into the Caribbean, complete with a package for 2 on that 7-day cruise into the Caribbean and a $350 buy-in into one of the card player events on the ship. Also, a bit of cash once you get on the ship as well. So that promotion will run on Saturday from 10 to 12. $26.50 for that cruise package with a $100 table share every 60 minutes from 10 to 12 on Saturday. Filling up, queens full of 10s, going to take down that pot.
Every time I get
There you go, Mark, for our promotions link for August. Paul raising the $15 with pocket queens. Just going to get called down with 10-8 and 6-4 of spades. Flop 5, 6, ace, 2 hearts. Paul's going to go ahead and bet. Probably not going to get any action.
4 folds, 6 folds, 7 folds, 8 raises 30, 9 folds, 1 fold, 2 calls. 2 checks, 8 checks. 2 checks. 2 folds. Thank you.
Alright, looks like Chuck raking up a pocket aces. Ricky's got 10-7. Alright, Chuck defending with that pair of 10s. Call a 125 here. Is the turn. 5 hearts.
Smaller big, please. Six raises 25, 7 calls 8, 4, 9 calls. 1 fold. 2 folds. And 3 folds. That's 15, 7 folds.
You're right, buddy.
4 suited signal.
No. Right now I'm in DC. I used to live here. I was taking here in music, like 2012, 14. Kids still living
Looks like the action's kind of dying down here. We have Conk with a race of $50 with Ace Trey. Ricky gonna defend with 10-9. Looks like Ricky's gonna call every single bet of Conk's. Flop 10-4-7. Ricky out flopping Conk. Here's our turn card, 8 of diamonds. Bet of 50 from Ricky. Conk is gonna fold.
Yeah, so everything is focused
You got a million guaranteed down south for 600.
Yeah, I mean, they have those too, but the good thing about the 3300 is you only got, it was like 300. That's it.
Yeah, I'd rather play that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, when you bust out and don't cash, you'd rather play the 600.
Yeah. Got a better chance to actually
I might have to go 3,000 people who went to get close to this one.
That's the bad part.
I want
31
31.
goals. I think we show up. Level 6 or level 7, you know what I mean? Just play for level
3 races, 35. 6 folds, 7 folds. And 8 calls. Checks.
All right, Paul finally waking up with pocket aces. UTG +1, raising to $35. And no action as aces. Oh, Chris finds a 6-5 of spades. He's going to defend. Here's our flop queen, Trey 4. 6-5 with open-ended. And look at that. Chris is going to get a lead in this pot. Trying for a little pot control. He's going to bet $55. And Paul with just a call. And here's our turn card, 4 of spades. And Chris wakes up with a spade draw and checks it. So Chris with an open-ended straight flush draw. He's making the call. And 4 of diamonds on the river. Chris does not make his hand. Pocket ace is still good for Paul. And Chris checks it. And Paul bet $100, but definitely not gonna make any more money. So pocket aces does get through. However, just too many outs for Chris to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50.
And Conk now with pocket aces raising to $50, and Ricky can't help himself. Oh, no, nope. Where's Ricky's hand? Yeah, that's going to get in. 7-6 of spades, make the call, $50. Action on paw, queen tray, into the muck. Now heads up against Ricky and Conk. They love getting heads up together. Ricky looking to crack those aces. And he possibly can on this sick hand now. Conk with a set of aces. Ricky with open-ended. Bet a 50. Snap call from Ricky. Oh. Turn card graphics. Deuce of spades. Bet a 175 now from Conk.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it because I'm not gonna get paid if I get there. He's got a rat. I do.
Mega
rat.
And Ricky is gonna muck it.
Freaking nutters.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm the bottom man too, so
Thank you.
I'm not gonna get paid.
So I guess one of the reasons why Ricky did not call because he had the bottom
Sorry
end.
for that, buddy.
So he could have been afraid of hitting the 10 and Jack King or King Queen would or Queen Jack would have got there.
What a rat. I thought about this secondly. I believe it's gonna be
It's almost
Oh,
over.
yeah.
It's almost over.
something.
Yeah.
So down.
Oh, yeah.
10:30.
3 races, 35. Yeah, it's it do 10:30 when he comes in. Yeah, 6 folds, 7 folds, 8 folds. Yeah. And 9 folds. 1 fold.
Uncontested.
Still in one and you were gonna make more.
Respect.
Small and big.
No, we just started. We just started.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just started.
I mean, like 5 minutes before you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just started.
Started it because you can. Heard it was
Oh,
your
I'm
favorite.
sorry, 3 folds, 6 folds, 7 races for 30, 8 folds, 9 calls.
All right, Ricky with ace queen, gonna raise it to 30. He's gonna get some action from Chris with ace 6.
Because what hand wins? 30.
I would say
Yeah, well, we have 9 Bs, but each one has
whoever wins the pot.
Clock 9 trade deuce queen turn.
Yeah, but let's say
You say better, you said it better.
I don't think we're gonna have to run to a spot where we have to chop.
He's gonna lead out with the bet and he's gonna take this down.
Unless they chop it, we're like,
It could be 9-7.
no, actually it's
yeah, it's gonna be really hard to.
10s, 9s, and a 2.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to be a chop pot with 2 7, 2
Yeah,
6.
I get it.
Like one of them's gonna win unless there's like a boat on the board with deuces. Yeah.
Blow up.
Exactly.
Someone's
Someone's
gonna
gonna
check the race shove, 7 deuce, like a dumbass.
Exactly. Someone's got 7 deuce or 8 deuce. Like they're gonna get
1500.
With 7 high.
Look like a genius when it hits. Right?
More than 120.
I was scared for him.
I'm glad he did though, because I thought 230.
Yeah, but check the race.
Right?
7 races.
No, but I'm saying I'm glad he check raised it. Otherwise I would have stayed in the hand and get 2 down on the flop.
Oh, shit.
I have 8 9.
I would have deuce. I would have done pair. That's why I did pair.
Yeah,
I'm black.
no, I'm not feeling good.
Alright, before I look, what do you have on my hand? Don't I have to fold to you?
Folded queen six.
I don't
Aces, right?
get those hands.
How about the hand with the queen, three?
I queen three.
You did? I think
Yeah.
you had two pairs on the
I thought I hated the river though. I was like, yeah,
All
that
those
just killed me.
hands beat me. And I had a king.
Yeah, I figured.
You
But
had a queen or a three or both.
yeah, the queen kills me. I hated it. I hated playing on the river.
Like,
No.
Seriously though, remind me.
I have a queen 6-4 tournament.
This is unusual.
yeah.
Yeah, it's unusual.
Oh, ace three. It was a three. It was a yeah.
Alright, that's four.
That yeah was fun.
You said you were leading, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it ain't much. That makes sense.
Seven.
All right, guys, we're counting down to the last few hands here of the night. Make sure to check out Best Bet here tomorrow at 6 o'clock. It's going to be the start of our $110 buy-in 1010 XL main events. And catch us during the beginning of the month of August. Check out our promotions, giving away some cruise packages to the Caribbean from Card Player. Package worth $12,650.
I'm not going out unless I make money too.
Also, check out our Best Bet live stream schedule for the month of August. If there's anything that you would like to play in, be sure to email me at my email. That's johnnyp@bestbetjackson.com.
Might just play Friday morning. Thursday night I'm gonna play cash, I think. I'd like to play the tournament Thursday.
And also the beginning of our summer warm-up series here in 2 weeks. Be sure to check our tournaments and promotions page. A lot going on next month.
Tag and then freaking play cash. Yeah, I mean, it depends on cash. Yeah.
All right, one of the last few hands here. Chris waking up at Pocket Kings. He's been running pretty good here this whole live stream.
I plan on playing
And
the
try to
early
close
spot
it out
again.
strong.
I plan on playing the early spot Friday though.
Lucky. Ricky gonna defend with queen, 9 deuce of diamonds, check with king, queen of diamonds, and three-handed. No race from Chris. Bet of 25 for Chris. Check this in the call. Trade clubs on the turn. Bet of 50 now. And takes it down with kings. Okay, that was the last hand. Thanks for playing. If you guys want to continue on playing, we're going to move your game to table 25. All right, guys. Looks like that is it. That was the final hand of the night. Thank you for joining us here at Best Bet Live. We're going to be live streaming again tomorrow for that $110 buy-in 1010 XL main event. Feature to final table. And also be sure to check us out. The Best Bet Poker Show going to be live on location here at Best Bet Jacks. Again, thanks for joining us here at Best Bet Live. This is Johnny Fantastic. I am your Best Bet Live producer signing off and saying good night.